In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to install the brand new full Zaero kit on this G87 M2. So this kit consists of a front splitter, some replacement front grills, a rear diffuser, rear spoiler, and finally some side skirts. In typical Zaero fashion, most of this kit does use OEM hardware. However, for the parts that need additional screws, you will get full installation kits. Being Zaero, most of this kit is super easy to install. However, the only part that will be slightly difficult will be the front grills, as you will need to remove the front bumper. So the tools you'll need for this install are some trim tools, a flathead screwdriver, a 8mm spanner, an 8 and 10mm socket with a short extension. You'll also need a ratchet, a 3mm Allen key, T30 Torx bit, and then if you have got one, a small impact driver, and then you'll also need a drill with a rubber wheel attachment, and then finally some fishing wire. We do highly recommend using a ramp for this install, as like we said, you need to take the front bumper off. However, you could get away with doing it with a pair of jacks if you are at home. Now we're going to install these Zaero front grills on this G87. We have already filmed a tutorial on how to remove and install this front bumper, so we're going to overlay that clip now. Get the bonnet popped up. We need to remove this arch liner to get to the 2 bolts that are holding the bumper to the front wing. You can do this by either removing the wheel and completely removing the arch liner, or in this case what we'll be doing is just turning the wheel a bit, which gives you enough access to get to 3 of the arch liner bolts, which you can then pull back and get to these 2 bolts behind here. So now you want to grab your 10mm socket and just undo these 3 bolts here. Now we're removing the 2 8mm bolts that are behind the wheel arch. They should be circled on the screen now for you. You'll just need your 8mm socket and then an extension as well. And now you want to repeat the exact same process on the other side. So now we've got the car all the way up in the air, because we'll be removing 10 of the 10mm bolts that line the bottom of the bumper, and then there'll also be 8 plastic push clips that you'll need to remove as well. So now we've got the car back down, we'll be removing the plastic push clips and the T30 Torx screws holding the top of the bumper off, and then all that's left will be a couple sensors either side, which we'll show you, and the bumper can come straight off. So now the plastic push clips have been removed, we can remove this top plastic shroud. Just like that. We'll be removing these T30 Torx screw. There should be 10 along the front line of the bumper. This car is running the Downstar kit, so the last 2 are Allen keys, but these would also normally be a T30 Torx screw as well. So now that all the screws, all the clips have been removed, last thing is just the sensors to unplug. So all you need to do is pop the corner of the bumper away, get your hand behind, and on the driver's side you'll have a parking sensor and an ACC sensor to remove, and then on the passenger side there'll just be 1 parking sensor to remove. So now everything is removed. You want to, if it's on the ramp, grab a trestle. If you're at home, you can maybe grab some boxes to rest underneath it, or a second pair of hands if you have that available, just so when you're pulling the bumper off you don't drop it on the floor basically. So what you want to do now, you start either corner, grabbing the bottom and give it quite an aggressive pull, just like that. Same again on the other side. So now we have the bumper all removed, we're going to show you how to remove the stock grills and get the new Zaero grills mounted in. So one thing to note, the grills on this car at the moment are actually CSL style grills. However, they mount the exact same as OEM grills would. So to remove these grills, all you'll need is either a flathead screwdriver or a little trim tool, and you're basically just going to be prying away all the stock clips, which we'll show you now. Carefully pry these clips away from the center of the grill. While you're doing that, you want to just gently pull up on the grill at the same time. Now you just want to repeat the exact same process on the other side. Now to fit the new Zaero grille, you simply want to just line the grille up with the clips and then just push down and make sure they're all clicked into place. That's the grills all installed. Now we're going to quickly get the bumper back on. So next up we'll be fitting the Zaero front splitter. Once again, this is a really easy install. It reuses all of the OEM hardware underneath the front bumper, so it's nice and easy to fit. It does also come with additional holes if you did want to add some nuts and bolts. However, we only really recommend this if you plan on taking the car on track. First step, we'll need to remove this protective film, and then we'll be prepping this splitter with some 3M tape, which is provided in the installation kit. Once you have the plastic protective film removed, you just want to grab the 3M tape provided in the installation kit, and you just want to get it prepped along the whole front edge of the splitter. You want to make sure the surface is all clean. In this case, we'll be using an adhesive wipe. Alcohol solution works just as well if you've got that at home. Now that you've got the splitter all cleaned and prepped, you want to apply the 3M tape provided. So now the splitter's ready to go on the car, we're going to get all the hardware removed now. Now we have 10mm bolts we need to remove, and we also have 6 push clips, 3 on either corner of the bumper. Now you have all the hardware removed, you just want to get the bottom part of the bumper nice and clean, ready for that new splitter. Now we're going to get the splitter bolted on. What you're going to want to do is peel a little bit of the backing of the 3M off, just like this. Now you just want to get the splitter lined up underneath the bumper, and you want to just start hand tighten all them 10mm screws that you just removed back in. Now you've got all them bolts loosely screwed in. Before we tighten them up properly, you want to just peel back your 3M tape and get the splitter stuck to the bumper. So now you want to get all the hardware underneath secured. At this point, you want to refer to the install manual, where it will be color coded and show you exactly what screws and what bolts go where. So now you have the splitter secured, you just want to get the Zaero gel badge stuck on. So the front splitter is now all fitted, so we're going to move on to the rear diffuser. Now we're going to be installing the rear diffuser. This is another nice and easy install. To remove the OEM one, all it is push clips along the top edge, down the sides and along the bottom edge. So no tools are required for this part of the install. So this car currently doesn't have a OEM diffuser, it has a carbon fiber replacement piece. However, it installs the exact same as OEM. So for you guys watching at home with a complete factory rear diffuser, this process is the exact same. So you want to start on one of the bottom corners and just slowly pull away at all of the tabs. These might require a bit of pressure as these tabs can be quite secure. And you may also need to just get a trim tool in the gaps and just slightly pry open the gaps to pull the tabs out. Now, before we get the Zaero diffuser installed, there are 2 10mm screws we need to remove, as we'll be mounting a bracket here and here, which is going to secure the lower part of the new Zaero diffuser. Once you have them 2 10mm screws removed, you want to grab your brackets, which come in the installation manual, and these are going to go just like this, and you're going to bolt them with the 10mm you just removed. Next step, you just want to get the new diffuser all clipped in. Uses all the OEM mounting points, so it's nice and easy to install. So next you just want to grab your 3mm Allen key and 8mm spanner and just get the nut and bolts provided in the installation kit secure to these new brackets we've just installed. So that's the Zaero diffuser all installed. As you can see, nice and secure, not going anywhere. So now let's get on to the rear spoiler. So now we're going to be installing the Zaero rear spoiler. This car has got a TR87 wing on it, which means we have already previously removed the stock lip. So if you're doing this at home, your car will probably have a stock lip, and to remove it, all you'll need is some fishing wire and a rubber wheel just to get off the 3M residue. First step, you want to grab your adhesive wipe provided in the installation manual and just wipe over all of the surface that you'll be sticking the new spoiler onto. So before we install this, I'm going to be removing the protective film. Now you can fit the spoiler first, then remove the film, but I personally like to remove the film first, just so on the edges, the film isn't blocking your view when you're trying to line it up. So you just want to peel back a couple centimeters of the backing on the 3M tape, just like that. Now you're going to line up the spoiler onto the boot. And now you've got the spoiler lined up and you're happy with the fitment, you want to just slowly start pulling away the 3M backing. Now you've got all the 3M backing removed, you want to start applying pressure from the middle, working your way outwards. So that's the Zaero spoiler lip all installed. Now we're going to move on to the side skirts. So now we're going to be fitting the side skirts. What you're going to want to do is remove the protective film. Then we're going to be using the 3M tape provided to prep the side skirt. You don't need a ramp to install these side skirts, but as you can see, we've put the car on some blocks. Now you just want to prep underneath the side skirt. We're going to be using adhesive wipe. So now you just want to peel the corner of the backing off and the 3M tape, and then we're going to line it up in place. Now, once you're happy with the fitment, you just want to slowly pull away the backing tape. Now the side skirt is secured using the 3M tape, you want to grab 5 of the self-tappers provided in the fitting kit and get them screwed in underneath now. So that's this side all done. Now you want to repeat the exact same on the other side. So that is the full Zaero G87 body kit now installed. Super easy kit to install. This kit is now on the website and in stock, ready for worldwide shipping or in-house fitting. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask and a member of the team will be happy to help.